Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs of Community Connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice, this is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the Community Connection.
Now let's get into today's show.
Well, hello. Good morning, Holly Springs. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. You are here in the house this morning with R Plus Community Connection, and I am your host this morning, Ms. Morningstar. Yes. I am here to bring you all some of that tea and the flavor that we got. Today is Veterans Voice, so you know I'm going to have my brothers in the building. And y'all already know what time it is with that, right? Y'all been on here before. Y'all know what time it is when it comes to Veteran Voice. It's always some good, informative information. It's fun. It gets your blood pressure a little spiked, but then you can come down. Ali is very versatile with his method, you know. Then my brother DC is in the building. He gonna bring that smooth out tone, you know, give you his perspective. So it's gonna be a good show, y'all. So welcome in. Good morning. Hope everybody had a chance to wake up, step outside, get an affirmation in, get some of that sun, you know, get your blood flowing, get some of that vitamin C naturally, and get ready for the day. Get out, make sure you had a nutritious breakfast, some coffee if that's what you choose, or some good old water. You know, DJ Kitty is big on her good old water, and I am too. Drink your water, y'all. It's important. As always, what we like to do in the morning time, you know, we like to, and let me shout out to my people on TikTok. Hey, good evening on the TikTok family and to the Instagram and Facebook family. Thank you all for tuning in. Welcome in. I don't want to leave y'all out. I hope y'all had some good dinner, okay? As everybody should know by now, we pre-record, so this is for my morning folks. This is for my evening folks, okay? We cover all grounds around here. Anyway, so let's get into it, y'all. Y'all know what I do as a host, as a co-host. I always come and bring you guys some good old positive affirmations. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring y'all some. I was thinking about growing up, you know, as you were a kid, and positive affirmations weren't a thing. I mean, people would say, "Oh, you're gonna grow up and be so strong, so smart." I mean, it wasn't said on a regular basis. I mean, we were told, you know, simple messages. We were showed love. A lot of us were showed love and, you know, truth about what we could be when we wanted to grow up. But, you know, sometimes we never got that reconfirming message about, you know, who we are, our inner person, right? Affirmations. So why do we have to discover these positive affirmations by accident? I mean, come on, think about it, y'all. As an adult, you start, you know, going to the poetry readings, you start hearing affirmations, and you start, you know, like, yeah, I like this. This makes me feel good. Yeah. So growing up, you got a lot of love, and I mean a lot of love from parents, family, relatives, grandparents. Most of us did, okay? A lot of us did. But all these are irreplaceable affections. When positive affirmations are said to children, they are saying studies learn that they have value, their independencies, and the outcomes of their mistakes. They take it better. Their absence can foster self-doubt, cause emotional avoidance, dependency on others, like not taking responsibility for their actions. These are some of the negative sides when you don't pour affirmations into your kids. So I'm gonna read off 10 simple uplifting affirmations you can say to children to help build their self-esteem. Because we love the kids, right? And if the kids are our future. As my girl Whitney said, I believe in the children of our future. And I do. Hey, Vera Vera. So we're going to get into it. Y'all take some notes and let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. All right, so number one, just simply say, you are important. I mean, how many times? That's easy. And how many of us actually feel like our kids are important? Most of us do. All of us do. Just tell them you are important. Tell them you are loved just the way you are. We don't get to choose who we are going to be when we come onto this crazy earth, okay? So we need to put that reassurance into our children that they are going to be loved no matter who they choose to be, because that is natural, pure love, okay? You can do hard things. Yes, you can absolutely do hard things. Nothing in this world is easy, okay? Make it hard. Sometimes you gotta go through the fire to get to the flowers. That's just life. Your ideas matter, and they do. We need their ideas right now. I believe in you. You are capable of great things. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Ain't that the truth, y'all? You make a difference. I am proud of you for trying. And the final word is, you are kind and the kindness matters. You know, if we would have had if the man with the dead hand, with the lesion on his neck, with all the demons in his body that's rotting the inside through the out, if he would have been told those things as a kid, could you think that he might have been a different person? What y'all think? What y'all think? I'm just saying, if he would have been told those things by his mammy, the right, Melbo, the cock it would be rotten in the inside, because y'all know he rotten inside out. So I'm just saying. Anyway, always be kind, y'all. That's the message to our children. We want to teach them kindness. We want them to avoid being bullies and all of those negative stigmatas that children are getting. So take those affirmations and run with them to your kids today if you can. All right, y'all. So we're gonna move right along. Now, bear with me, y'all, because I had to finagle between two laptop devices today. So bear with me. So let's get into it. Let's get into the weather, y'all. First of all, it's HELL hockey sticks. It's hot. Everywhere in the world, it's hot right now. I caught a glimpse of the news, and they were saying in Europe there was always some fatalities already because it's hot. You know they ain't used to this heat, okay? So they was hot over there. It is hot all around the country, y'all. So let's just get that out the way. So Memphis, Tennessee, let's get into your weather for Tuesday morning. Let's see. High is going to be around 96 degrees, sunny skies, hot and humid. Hot. High 96 degrees, light winds, variable skies. Y'all ain't got no rain, no water. Make sure you drink a lot of water. When it's hot like that, drink water. The low in the evening is going to be 74. That's a good evening weather. That's great, sleeping weather. Clear skies, low 74 degrees, light. Winds are going to be light and variable skies. So enjoy your evening in Holly Springs. Enjoy it. Memphis, Tennessee. Let's talk about what y'all got going on today. High is going to be 97 degrees. Mainly sunny skies. Hot. Key word in this, y'all. Hot and humid. High again. If you ain't hear me the first time, 97 degrees high. 5 to 10 miles per hour are going to be the southwest winds. No breeze. Okay, there's no breeze coming through. Just keep your little portable fan, like Miss Morningstar got. Okay, keep your little portable fan and keep your little cool, just a little cool. Okay. All right. The low is gonna be 77 in the evening, so y'all have a clear skies at night, light winds, variable skies. So that's not too bad. So let's kick it over to hot H Town. That's where I'm at, y'all. It's hot. It's getting hot. It's been hot in here. It ain't getting hot. It's been hot. The high today is going to be 94 degrees, partly cloudy skies. A stray of showers or thunderstorms is possible. High, again, 94. That is probably extremely low, 22% chance of rain. We not going to get no rain. I ain't going to see no rain in my area. I'm going to just put it like that. That's how big Houston is. I'm just not going to see no rain. All right. The low is going to be 78, mostly clear skies, 10% chance of rain in Houston. So, yeah, we ain't going to get no rain. We dry over here. It's like the Sahara Desert. It's hot. Okay. You step outside for 2 seconds, you're sweating. All right. So make sure y'all stay hydrated. Make sure you keep your little fans near you. Do all the things, y'all, to stay warm, because this heat ain't come to play. And look, I remember me and Kitty talked about this the last time. I remember a little story about the ozone layer. Y'all remember that? Do y'all recall hearing that as a kid? Don't spray the air spray, the can spray deodorant. I'm going a little too far back. Y'all about to find out how old I am, but I'm just saying. It's hot, so take care of yourself, y'all. Take care of yourself. All right. So we are now at the cross segment of the show where we talk about some of this news. I'm going to just start with this. Because everybody should know by now. So it's supposed to be a state fair happening, right? To commemorate 250 years for the United States. Supposed to be big. It's supposed to be huge, right on the yard. They had about 10-ish people that showed up to the fair. And they had your boy Livid, okay? He was hot. He was truthing this morning. He was on Truth Social doing the truth thing yesterday morning. He had something to say about that. He lied, of course. Y'all know that's what he do. But that state fair was more like a state flop. And from what I read something, I thought he had to he shut it down early. I could be wrong. I have my brothers come up here and fact check me on that one in a few minutes. I'm gonna bring them up shortly. But yeah, I think, he had to cancel the show because I saw a lady twirling the ribbon. Now, my boy Real was on here talking about this. She was twirling, y'all. She was throwing it in a circle, okay? She throwing it in a circle. There wasn't nobody there. Yeah, one boy with a camera like this. And I don't know, he looked suspect. So he looked like he liked to film stuff. So I'm just saying, wasn't nobody there. So that was a flop. He upset about that. Whoopty woo woo. Same stuff, different day with y'all, President Donald Trump. Same stuff, different day, I tell you. Let me get into a little local story that I came across. And I only got a chance to grab something for Memphis, Tennessee. So please forgive me, Holly Springs, because I typically, and I might be able to pull something out, but typically I handle the Memphis, Tennessee, and we was running behind today. So it's, it is what it is. But I heard y'all had some rain, some flooding. The courts had 201 Popular closed for health department after flooding. So y'all had flooding to the point where it was a health hazard. And apparently this is right next door to the jailhouse, but they weren't affected. So they had to stay in there. I mean, do the crime, you do the time. That's it. But anyhow, yeah, it says the lack of running water after the flood made it a potential health hazard, which is correct. You're not able to flush toilets, wash hands. I know some of your nasty folks don't like to wash hands, but that's important. Okay, you got to wash your hands. So yeah, they wound up closing down court. So I bet you was a lot of people. It's a lot of people happy they had to go to court that day. You know y'all people be. I mean, don't nobody like to go to court. That's not a fun thing. So yeah, hopefully they get that together, Memphis, and hopefully they get that plumbing together because it's flooding and stuff, and we don't want to run into those issues. Another Memphis, Tennessee news. Y'all know I love sports, okay? I'm just put it out there. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. So I heard the Grizzlies traded Jay Morant to Portland. Yeah, he out of here. He out of there. I don't know the details of who y'all got, but I'm going to read some more into it. It says the Memphis Grizzlies are trading Ja Morant to the Portland Trailblazers in exchange for two players. I don't know the players' names. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. They will receive Jeremiah Grant and Chris Murray. Oh, Chris Murray in the trade. So I hope this make y'all better. I mean, I don't know. I'm a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, so I'm a hometown girl. So it is what it is. We'll see y'all soon. Play, try to October. What is it? September, October. They start getting back at it. Yeah. All right. Anyway, we talked yesterday about community services. As you all know, we are a community connection, and that's what we do. We give out information and we try to bring in people who represent the community, who can help different people in certain situations. Well, in Memphis, Tennessee, they have an emergency cooling center. Remember, I told y'all in the weather break, it's hot. It's people who live on the streets, y'all. We need cooling. It's dangerous. You can pass away from heat exhaustion. I mean, anything can happen. So the city of Memphis will open its emergency cooling center Monday for those who need relief from the heat. So if you are somebody who listens to the show and maybe you're outside, check out these cooling centers and go in there and get cooled off, okay? Don't be outside all day. Get into some AC. The cooling center is open from 4 to 7 at 590 Washington Avenue. It is operated by the Hospitality Hub of Memphis. So that's our community break. Make sure you cool off, you get somewhere. Do not be out in this heat and, pass away because you out here in this heat. You ain't drinking no water. It will do that to you, okay? So, y'all, that's my little local news for my local listeners. I'm going to go ahead and it's about time to take our first break. And when I come back from break, I'm going to bring my brothers up. It's some more news we could talk about because y'all heard, if you don't know, the Supreme Court did some things. It did some things. The Supreme Court did some things. So we could talk a little bit about it before we get into their videos and everything else. But we could definitely touch on a few. And I want to get their opinions on some of these rulings from the Supreme Court, as the highest court of the land. But right now, it's under the regime of the man with the dead hand and all the Decepticons of the world. We have been infiltrated and taken over, y'all. But anyway, we're going to be okay, and we will be back after this commercial break. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. I'm your host, Ms. Morningstar, and y'all hang tight. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection located in our TikTok shop and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans with fresh food baskets each and every day, because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hand.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out MorningstarBoutiqueByTam.com, where your light owns your style.
Remember, Iran doesn't have a choice in a lot of this because we destroyed so much. Yeah, and I'll give you a quick math equation. Okay, maybe they do end up getting $20 billion, let's say. Let's say we're still $300 to $500 billion ahead, considering we destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all those nuclear facilities I already spoke about, their steel manufacturing, their drone manufacturing, and so many other things. We destroyed all that and closed their ports. We're pretty far ahead.
So we destroyed everything, and we're going to pay them to rebuild it all, pay them to open the strait that was already open for free. And at the same time, people here in the district can't afford to eat, can't afford their health care, and can't afford rent. Got it. If that don't make sense to you either, please consider supporting my campaign. Go to BernardTaylorForCongress.com. Let's bring some change here to Florida.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection. I am your host with the most, Miss Morningstar. Today, I'll be hosting the show for the remainder of the day. I'm actually going to bring my brothers up from the R Plus Community Connection Veterans Voice because, like I said before commercial break, I mean, the Supreme Court came down with a nice handful of nuggets the other day. So not so good, some pretty good, expected, but I want to get my brother's opinions about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring them on to the stage, and we're gonna talk about it. We are gonna talk about it. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, DC, welcome back, brother.
Oh man, it feels good to be back home.
Okay. Did you have a great time on your vacation?
I did. It was very relaxing, quiet, the kind of vacations I like. So it was perfect. Absolutely.
Good. Ali, go. You got to drop down and come back. I see you. He'll be back in a few minutes. So, DC, I don't know how. I know you pretty caught up on what's going on. So, what we think about the SCOTUS and they decision making, giving this man more power? Because at the end of the day, for him, it's all about the power.
Yeah. It's again. I feel like almost like I'm in bizarro world. I thought we had three branches of government. That they provided checks and balances over each other, but it appears that he has this SCOTUS in pocket.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can, explain it is that this SCOTUS has been complicit in the dismantling of our three tier governmental system. It's pitiful.
It is. It's sickening. It's really sickening. It's like 100 years. And I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what we're talking about. So the Supreme Court is now going to allow, in a nutshell, Trump to have power to fire people from the FTC commissioners and overturn major restraints of presidential powers. So basically, these are private entities that are not they're not tied into the federal government, where the executive power would normally not have any say so in their hiring and firing. Right. Well, now SCOTUS felt like he should have those powers. It was the normal 6-3.
Yep, normal 6-3.
The normal 6-3 that handed him down this power. And he was gloating, of course, because he's never had. Y'all have to understand somebody who is a narcissist, a malignant narcissist at that. This man has never had. This is the biggest accomplishment he's ever had in his life, is becoming the president. And that's because of the people who were not so smart decided they wanted to choose hatred and racism and all those other things over actual policy and judging people by their character and who they are and compassion and empathy. They chose hate, and this is why he's there.
Absolutely.
Welcome in, Ali. I see you. Hey. Little technical issues.
Listen, it be happening in the background, man.
It do. Ali, you tell me what you think about this whole this power trip they giving him.
I don't trust none of them. I just, the standards shouldn't change because we have a majority of one side. It should be still the same. And we have a problem. We still have a problem where common sense is not common sense no more. How come you have three justices that said they would not overturn Roe v. Wade, but yet they overturned Roe v. They did it on the penalty of perjury under perjury. They were under oath. So I don't believe none of them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's hard. I mean,
It should be like, first of all, we need to reform the Supreme Court. It shouldn't be lifetime. You are too old to be trying to tell me what to do. You ain't even gonna be here. You ain't gonna be here.
Right.
who they sticking it to? I mean, I thought they're supposed to be, biased, non-biased. Like they're not supposed to have any kind of political influence over, but we know they do. Okay.
Lady Justice is supposed to be blind, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be by the rule of law, according to the book. If any job ever said they go by the book, that is them. They're supposed to go strictly by the book. And look what we got.
I mean, Miss Morningstar, you remember pre-election when Ali used to read us passages from Project 2025. And all of the things, all of the chapters and segments of Project 2025, they're going full steam ahead and trying to implement them. If not get them fully implemented, at least get the footprint or an attempt to get it implemented. So they're following their playbook. Look at Mike Johnson said he runs a protection organization, right?
Crazy.
Bold enough to get
To
in front
say
of the
it out of his
camera
mouth.
and say it. I run a protection organization. That's crazy to me.
Protect PD3DOs. That's what.
Yeah. Protect the
Absolutely.
people who on Grinder. I mean, meaning him.
Right.
Protect all the people who harm children. Protect people who harm women. Who unalive innocent people. Protect them, huh? All for the love of money.
I just see Mike Johnson when he's not at work in a full leather suit.
Yeah.
And
I
a ball
can see the
around
chaps.
his,
Don't forget the chaps.
yeah, and chaps and a red ball
In
with
his mouth.
leather strips.
Gag ball.
It's true,
Ooh.
but that's what I see in my mind.
Yeah, he's a clown. He's a clown. The
Yeah.
other, so what other rulings did they go? So Eugene Carroll, they did strike that down. You gonna pay her.
Right.
You gonna pay that woman her money with interest. Since you continue to hold, and he's still going there lying, talking about he ain't know her. Either you knew her or you don't. You say you ain't know her, but she liked it. What?
Right.
What's it gonna be, Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
So that was a win for Eugene. Like she gonna get her money. I mean, how many courts did they have to go through him trying to appeal this? He took it all the way to the highest court and still lost.
Yeah, that's his tactic. Appeal, try to drain you.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. And then we got the mail-in ballots, y'all. So we went in with the mail-in ballots. They said, hey, as long as it's postmarked, day of, count it. Now, what about, let me ask y'all this, because I came across some stuff and I didn't really look into it, but they're saying that some of these red states had already set a precedent with the governors saying, hey, if it's past the date, we not counting it. So what they got? Do they got to abide by the federal government? I mean, like, how does this work now? Ohio.
That is a good.
Y'all jumped the gun before it even, and because they so busy licking his diaper and trying to get in his grace.
Do we want people to vote or don't we want people to vote?
Yeah, I mean, Ms. Morningstar, you brought up something that's going to be very dangerous, and it's just something that we've heard from Steve Bannon. That what they'll do is they'll rush to call the election. They will rush to call the election.
The first numbers, right?
Right. That's
that
right.
Favors them.
Yes, right. And then the rest will have to be fought out in court, which is where they love to drag it all out. Especially when you got a SCOTUS that's in pocket. So don't be surprised if that's what we see in the fall midterms, is they rush to call the election, without having all the votes in.
It's gonna
You
be
can't
tied up in
have numbers
court because
coming
that's
in because he
what's
was
that.
saying California was still counting it. If you have provisional ballots, if you have people are still counting, what's wrong with them counting the votes? If it takes them 2 weeks or 2 days, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, Allie, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, that's our unalienable right to vote. That's the most powerful thing we have, and they don't want you to do it. That's the
They're
red
afraid.
flag.
They're
That's the red
definitely
flag.
afraid, and that's why people need to go out and drunk. Because now that we know what the smoking GUN is, they scared that we gonna show up and show out. So they trying to do anything they can to render us from going to the polls and being there. And I say we all go out to the polls. Everybody show up and
Absolutely.
stay.
Well, he just shot down a housing bill that was passed in bipartisanship because he wants the Save America Act attached to the bill, which would limit voting.
I just was about to go there.
So let me give you something. So the question is there a problem with people voting that they're not supposed to be voting? Number two, who are these people?
Right.
So let me give you something. The people who are non-citizens, 100 non-citizens since 2000. Let me go. Yeah, 2020. Since 2020, 100 non-citizens were caught not voting. 100 since 2020. 100. What are we trying to? Who are we trying to prevent?
It's a game. It is a mind. You know
It's
how
the
they
boogeyman
they
game.
mind effing them. That is what they're doing. They're playing with these people's. They play with their minds, and they're letting them. You're allowing somebody to come in and manipulate you to the point where you think that your vote won't count anyway, or you won't be able to do this and do that, because that is the game they play. I'm reading in the comments on YouTube. My Frank James said the feds override them for federal elections, but when the date stands for local votes, according to Mike DeWine of Ohio. So basically, it stands for the local elections, but the feds do trump them. So
Vote early. Vote early.
Vote early.
Vote early, y'all.
Don't trust the ballots too much, because if you drop it off at the post office could do some funny things, right? They could hold on to it and they could put whatever date they want on it. That's what they passed last year around 25th of December. They could put whatever date they want on mail that you drop off in their drop boxes.
Yeah.
And remember, the federal government asked each state to send them their voters registration from all the states. So you know where people are voting from and how they're voting, right? So and guess what? They're not going to stop white people from voting. They're not going to stop white people from voting. They're going to stop minorities from voting, because where do minorities, especially black people, vote from? Cities.
Right. Yeah. And this is why he is trying to push the SAVE Act. You know, he got on an interview, and I can't stand watching him. I just glanced at it, and he after the Supreme Court handed down all their judgments and stuff, with his fake energy. Oh, I'm a little disappointed in them. This is why we need the SAVE Act. No, you need the SAVE Act because what you want to do, sir, is be a cheater.
That's right.
You want to cheat. You never won anything fair and square in your life.
But what's in this? What's in the SAVE Act? You can't register the vote online.
Proof of ID.
Right.
You have to show up in person and prove that you're a citizen.
Birth certificate.
But they're saying that people are not checking the voter rolls and making sure that's what they're insinuating. That's what's going on, right? They check people who are voting to make sure they can vote. It's not like that's not in the system.
Yeah.
People who are not citizens cannot vote in federal election. That's already a law. So what are you trying to do now? Because now you give the states the right to purge people from the vote. They don't have to give you a reason at all.
Yeah.
So that's what you want to purge people. If a person shows up and their birth certificate does not match their ID, you can't vote.
Married women. Married women.
Targets.
This bill is not making people able to vote.
Right.
They're giving it the ability for people to be restricted from voting.
Right.
One thing before I pass it on to you, that we could get to some of these stories. VP Harris had a policy. She wanted to put it to place to have 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds pre-registered to vote. So when they become 18, they're already registered to vote because they've got their driver's license. They went through the process to register.
Like selective service.
Yeah. Guess who does not want them to vote?
Of course, these old bats. Ooh, y'all know I was about to go there.
Also, before I'm gonna shut up. Also, in the SAVE Act, college student can't use their college ID.
College ID. That's right.
Where do most?
And they also said something about on the campuses they won't be letting them register to vote.
Where do most college? What party do most college kids vote towards?
They're more progressive thinkers.
They go progressive. I mean, and who's the most progressive party? The Democrats.
Right.
We always trying to move forward. We not trying to go back in time. They want to be stuck in those days and put us back into chains. That would be ideal to them. It would be ideal if we can just go back to shut your mouth, gal type talk. And they must understand. Ali, I gotta remove you. I don't know why.
What I said just now.
Okay.
They don't like that. All good.
Speaking the truth.
Yeah, TikTok do that. But when we get into these conversations, y'all, and this is for the radio, if you're on social media or whatnot, we get into these conversations that are needed conversations. We have some entities that's beyond our control that likes to try to hush our voices, but we gonna be heard, okay? We are going to be heard regardless. Ali, let's move on to conversation, get into y'all show today. This is Veterans Voice. We had enough, well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some more foolery, but go ahead.
What do you want when veterans come home and they're affected by their service, what they see in combat, what they see when people are ill or have issues, especially mental illness? What do you want them to do?
Yeah, we want them to have the accessible care that they need.
Yeah, be able to get the help.
My team exclusive. A veteran officer with New Jersey's West Milford Police Department, who's also a combat veteran, is facing termination after he sought help for PTSD. And he's talking only to investigative reporter Sarah Wallace, saying this battle is not just about him.
That officer was medically cleared by doctors to return to work here in West Milford, but the township had other plans. The question now, are officials violating a state law designed to protect first responders who have PTSD?
Ask for help and you're going to be punished for it. That's really what the message seems to be for me.
Mike Onembo wore a West Milford police uniform for nearly 12 years, and before that, this one in combat in the Iraq War. He says he never had issues doing his job, but privately, he battled demons.
We go through traumas. We carry things with us that the majority of the public doesn't see, and we get very good at keeping a mask on because we have to remain professional for it.
Onembo, married with 2 little boys, started seeing a therapist, but last March says he realized it wasn't enough.
I thought I was going to lose my wife because I know I was intolerable to live with. I'm not talking about my feelings or emotions or anything, and just isolating.
He connected with a state-sponsored resiliency program for first responders and was referred to an inpatient treatment program at Unified Wellness Center in California. Onembo checked in for 30 days.
The most enlightening thing was, wow, everyone thinks the way I do.
After he finished treatment, his medical doctor wrote Mr. Onembo is medically cleared to return to work without restrictions.
I came home from California very motivated, very excited just about the future and my condition. It was almost like honeymoon phase again with my family.
But then he says the police department ordered him to undergo a fit-for-duty exam at the Institute for Forensic Psychology in Oakland, which the township chose and paid for. The findings devastating. Not fit for duty with little chance of recovery.
When you read that, what went through your mind?
I thought there had to be some type of mistake. So it was very shocking. It's literally that I cannot do my job and I'm going to be broken forever. And I know I'm not broken. What did I do wrong? Why am I being punished? I thought that I did everything that I'm supposed to do in this situation.
West Milford then immediately moved to terminate Onembo, his attorney.
They got their own fitness for duty by their paid, hired expert, and said, nope, you're done, you're out the door, you're permanently cannot be fixed, which is ridiculous.
IFP declined to comment, but noted the majority of officers returned to duty after testing. The township's attorney said in a statement, "We can't discuss pending disciplinary matters, but West Milford has at all times adhered to applicable laws, attorney general guidelines, and civil service rules."
It pisses me off, quite frankly, because we are working hard to try and protect our law enforcement officers.
New Jersey Assemblyman Brian Bergen, an Army veteran, championed a new law designed to protect first responders with diagnosed PTSD from retaliation if they seek treatment.
Do you feel that this kind of situation is violating your law?
I do, absolutely. When I heard what was happening in West Milford, I absolutely could not believe it. I couldn't believe it because we made a law that was supposed to prevent that type of thing.
You're not ever supposed to be afraid to stand up and say, I need extra help. In fact, I think that makes you very brave to realize that you can't do something on your own.
You're going to fight this?
Absolutely, yes, because what's happening to me shouldn't happen to anyone else.
But he doesn't regret getting treatment.
Made me a better husband, a better dad, and I know it would have made me a better officer too.
Onembo's disciplinary hearing has now been scheduled for July 28th. It will be public. In the meantime, he plans to get his own fit-for-duty evaluation. From West Milford, Sarah Wallace, News 4 New York.
Yeah.
What? So what is this disciplinary? Like, what is he's being disciplined for having PTSD?
So he said he has issue with PTSD. He went to go seek help for PTSD, got cleared, come back. They said, you know what? We're going to send you a fit for duty examination that we're going to pay for. We're going to send you to this place. And then they said, oh yeah, he's not fit. He can't, absolutely no circumstances he could return to work. And then they fired him.
So we have two different medical professionals with two different observations of this particular soldier.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, he went 30 days. He took off, went to go get treatment 30 days. They cleared him. For 30, you're telling me for 30 days you've been evaluated into in this facility by these medical professionals, and they clear you for you to come back to get a fitness for duty exam, and they say, "Oh, you're not fit."
Yeah, something ain't smelling right, y'all. I don't know. That just sounds. I would like to hear more update.
Remember the question I asked you? If you are feeling some type of way, what do you do? You're a military personnel. You're battling. You're confused. People can't. You go seek help. He went to go seek help.
And in my opinion, this would cause an opposite effect. Like if you're going to seek the help, if you're trying to get the help you need, because we all know soldiers come home, they have to rehabilitate to the world. They have to go through what they need to go through because of what they've been through. So if you're not allowing this process to happen, and then these people, and then you terminate him from his job, now you took away his money. He got a family. Now the PTSD is really working, and that would set somebody off. Am I wrong?
What does that say to somebody else who's battling with PTSD issues?
Yeah, hide it.
I ain't telling nobody.
Hide it. The rate of alcoholism, unaliving is extremely high. from PTSD patients, and not only military but also police officers. You know, so a lot of times when I see these monikers, we support the troops and back the blue. It's all BS. It's just
Yeah.
all jargon. They don't have, they don't mean it at all because, like I said, the resources are not there. You get ostracized for coming out and being upfront about your issue, tagged, lost his job, potentially lose everything. Yeah, it's sick, but I think it may be some underlying motivation for them to do what they're doing, and maybe it'll come out in the hearing.
That's true.
Well,
Some may smell right. Some may smell right.
yes, my name smell right. And according to Angel in the comments on TikTok, she said, "Wow, that second doctor is in their pockets, possibly."
Yeah, I hope he's got a good lawyer.
That sounds about right.
That's unfortunate and that's awful. We can't listen, y'all. I got a tender heart. I got a tender heart for veterans. Okay, we got to treat our veterans good. I can't stand hearing them type of stories.
Speaking of treating veterans good,
saying this, okay? It's a horrible story. Police chase the wrong man. They believe he's a black man. He's not black. They believe he's black. And they put bullets inside of his car, inside of his body, and they allow him to completely bleed out while they argue amongst themselves if they even shot. Here it is.
In January, 2 911 callers reported a white van driving erratically, saying 2 black guys were inside and had a gun. Police found a white van. They rammed it twice on purpose, flipped it on its side, and fired 27 shots at the driver. The driver was John Genuine, a white man alone with no gun, not the guys they were supposed to be chasing. And think about it for a second. 27 shots because they thought he was black. That's the level of excessive force we're talking about here. Only 7 shots hit him. None alone killed him. He bled out slowly inside the burning van while officers stood outside debating whether they'd even hit him. Nobody called for help. He died over 5 minutes while at least 8 officers watched. Police told his parents over 17 hours later that there'd been an exchange of gunfire. There wasn't. He never fired a shot. He was an engineer driving to fix equipment. 2 of the officers who fired had received awards for distinguished service. One of them got the Department Life-Saving Award. And the same department is facing 2 whistleblower lawsuits for hiring unqualified officers and firing staff who tried to report it. This is what our tax dollars fund. And the authority to kill handed to people who can't even get the basic facts right, then lie to a grieving family about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They thought it was black. They recklessly shoot and kill him.
It's rage.
They realize their error. They lie to the family. They tell the family it was a return, an exchange of gunfire. There was none. Put up full mass. These are the allegations. According to The Intercept, in the early hours of January 6, 2026, 2 911 callers in Michigan reported a van driving erratically. Within an hour, police found a white van, crashed into it twice on purpose, and fired 27 shots at the driver while the vehicle lay on its side.
That's disgusting.
It was also burning. At least 8 cops watched as 34-year-old Navy veteran John Genuine bleed out and died inside of the vehicle. Of several inconsistencies in the police response, one stood out. The only physical description provided to the dispatcher was that, quote, 2 black guys were driving the van. And a caller said they'd brandished a handgun at his wife. However, the victim was white, driving alone and completely unarmed. That's not what police told the victim's parents, however, when they contacted them the following evening. Now, this was 17 hours after killing their son. Quote, "We were told that there was an exchange of gunfire and that John was killed. That's what John's father, Larry, told The Intercept. Call it naivete or whatever you want to call it, but our first thoughts were, oh my God, what did he do? Why did he cause this? End quote. They believe the cops. Their son, John, an industrial field engineer, traveling to repair $1 million lasers, just had his work equipment. No gun was ever found in his van. And the officers who caused 2 intentional collisions appear to have violated their own policies, which the department updated after the police killing of George Floyd.
Yeah. Are you a veteran? A veteran.
Where's the national news outrage behind this? When back in January, I mean, they thought they were unloading their rage into 2 black men. They thought that's what they were doing. It was. Did you understand the meaning behind that? How much they had to be raging to unload like that? Welcome, DJ Kitty. Hey, sis. She popped in, y'all.
Hey guys, yes, it's month end, so I have just been busy, but I was listening in, and I am just, we gotta go vote, man, like for real, and we've got to make some real changes to our police departments and their education levels, because they sound worse than Barney Fife. This is
It's local things, like the local people impact you severely.
Ali, I'm gonna have to pause on that because we late on our break because we went on that for a minute, y'all. You guys, we're gonna take a quick break. You're listening to R Plus Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Y'all sit and think about that for a minute, which y'all just heard. Just sit on that for a minute. We'll be back. We'll talk some more about it.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Age they had.
Hello, everybody. My name is Monica Meeks. I'm a wife, a mom, and a soldier for life. And I'm running for the 19th Judicial District Circuit Court Clerk for Montgomery and Robertson County in Tennessee. I am so grateful for Our Plug LLC for giving me an opportunity to share my platform and explain why I'm running for office. Early voting is July 17th through August 1st, with the final day of voting on August 6, 2026. I'm an independent candidate, and I appreciate your support.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mara Keller, retired Army Lieutenant Colonel and candidate for Congress in Georgia's 3rd District. Now, I'm running because too many decisions in Washington are being made without listening to the people that they affect, whether it's public safety, veterans care, education, or protecting our constitutional rights. These aren't partisan issues. If you believe our government should work for everyday Americans and not special interests, I invite you to stand with us. Your donations help keep this grassroots campaign people-powered. Every donation fuels our voter outreach, ads, and our shared fight for a better Georgia. Visit marakeller.com to donate today. Let's finally serve the people who send us to Washington. And a huge thanks to DJ Kitty Cat 50 for the energy and the spotlight. Let's keep pushing.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit colognepercentage.com because Mississippi matters.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
All right, welcome back. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. So, yeah, we left off on some heavy stuff. Woo, I got many of things to say about that. DC, what say you? You've been quiet down there.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there thinking, and this is a message to my people. We have to be very careful, and what I mean by that is that literally we've been targeted, you know, aka swatted, you know, where false allegations are made against us, and it's meant to promote an interaction with police. And if you don't maintain your calm, your cool, and understand your rights, most likely that incident is going to escalate. And you could, you know, you've done absolutely nothing, but someone has targeted you for this interaction with police, and you know, if you don't maintain your cool, you could find yourself in cuffs because the police are not interested in de-escalation. So you come in level 10 hot, although it's very upsetting, we have to understand that sometimes these scenarios are kind of, made up for you to walk yourself into them, and we never see the backside where someone is held accountable for making a false police report. So we literally have to take it all on the chin, and then we never see any culpability for filing a false report or making a false statement.
Can I say something about that though, DC? Even if it were a false report, even if it was a false statement, it is up to the police department to follow protocol, walk up to the vehicle, speak with the driver, not immediately jump out your car like you're the jump out boys and you've got a weapon and this is a wild, wild west and let's just open fire. They didn't even talk to the young man.
Yeah, I mean that's what it says. Those key words: black man with a pew pew.
That was it.
They rammed his vehicle.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Over.
That's all it took.
So at that point, he's incapacitated. He's not. He can't do. You didn't.
He's
flip
no
his
longer a threat. He's no longer
why
a
get
threat.
out and pull your pew pew and unload?
Yeah, and he probably was panicking because he's on his way to work. He's like, "What have I done? What is going on?" So when you see people saying, "What's going on?" in his mind, he really was like, "What is going on? What have I done to deserve this level of police response?" So yeah, I mean that's all it takes over that radio. Black man with a gun or a pew pew, and there you go.
They thought you was a black man. That was.
The thing about it that shocks me most is at one point in time, before we had social media, we knew this was happening because it was happening in our community. Mm-hmm. And it was, I won't say specifically happening to Black people, but the majority of the people that it was happening to were people of color, Black people specifically. Now it's happening to any and everybody. So I'm just going to say it, and they may not agree with it or like what I say, but white people, y'all up. It ain't just us that they're after. It's not just us that they're targeting. It's not just us. It's you too. It could be your son, your daughter. I feel for this family. This is horrible.
But this is the thing too, and it's not just one type of people that's doing it, right?
Mm-mm.
We have to make sure that we look out for our elderlies. We have to be like, we have to be a dang 360 camera. We got to look everywhere.
Yeah.
The video, now being shown publicly for the first time, begins with O'Toole's longtime aide yanking food out of his hands. Seconds later,
he picks him up by his neck and throws him in the chair, and then he forcefully pulls him into the chair and punches him in the side of the face or the neck.
Moments later, the video appears to show the aide striking O'Toole on the head with a broom before forcing him back into a restraint chair. At one point, O'Toole can be heard crying out in pain.
Ow, ow, ow. That's our wedding day.
Angela Sangro still remembers marrying her best friend Albert O'Toole in 2019 as the happiest day of her life.
That's my husband when he was in the Marines.
O'Toole served in the Gulf War, where Sangro says an explosion left him with a traumatic brain injury and years later, a devastating Alzheimer's diagnosis. As his condition got worse, she made the difficult decision to place him in the VA. And at first, Sangro says O'Toole was thriving at the federal facility in Montrose. But after he was moved across campus to the state-run veterans home, she says everything changed.
That was the biggest mistake that I made, was moving him.
Sangro says her husband began rapidly declining, appearing agitated and heavily medicated during visits, sometimes appearing with mysterious bruises and injuries.
And you can see he was obviously hit with something.
That's when Sangro decided to secretly place a camera inside his room.
Everything about this video is awful.
Never imagining it would record.
It looks like a nightmare.
This.
You hear him screaming and nobody comes to check on him. Where are the other aides?
Sangro was crushed.
I don't know how I missed it. I was there every single night.
According to this felony complaint obtained by the Turn to Tara team, the aide seen in this video is Matthew Cox. He was arrested in April, accused of grabbing the victim by the neck, forcefully restraining him, and striking O'Toole inside the state-run home. Now, while the state health department told us Cox was put on leave and later fired, a VA spokesman confirmed Cox remains employed by the federal VA, pending the outcome of the case. Sangro says after getting few answers as to why, she decided to turn to Tara.
You know, you guys are local. I think people need to hear about it because they need to make sure that their veterans are okay in that home.
Concerns that may be more widespread than just her husband's case. Our investigation found the state-run home racked up 47 complaints and 25 citations between 2021 and 2025, including deficiencies involving restraints, medications, and failures to report suspected abuse, resulting in warnings, staff terminations, and a $29,000 fine issued by Medicare last year. For Sangro, she says her husband fought for his country.
He's so proud of his service.
Now she says she's fighting for him.
We were so happy. I never dreamt that this would be our life. I can't even sleep anymore. I just watch him at night on that camera to make sure nobody's hurting him. I just want him to be okay.
A decorated veteran who survived war, allegedly assaulted inside a home built to serve those who served.
Yeah.
Despicable.
It is disgusting.
And he's still there? She ain't bring him home?
No, yes, he's still there. The guy's not working there no more, but he's still working for the VA while they're investigating.
Man, listen.
Look, let me explain something to you. The way my loved one would be up out of there, and Mr. Matthew Cox, you would see me at the end of the night.
Hootie-hoo!
Okay?
That's the call.
That's the call.
And the whole family is coming.
The whole family, baby. No, ma'am.
You ain't got to worry about going to the VA, bruh.
That's horrible.
That's some evil, disgusting, despicable, distasteful, vile.
Treating people like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. All the staff need to be fired. That's right, Angel. Every last one of them needs to be fired.
It's no way that they did not know something had been happening in that.
Bruises.
They could hear him yelling. Bruises on his face.
His big old lard behind.
Baby.
Ooh.
grabbed him by his neck.
Ooh.
No, ma'am.
That's an approved hold? Like, did you get trained to?
See, I ain't that type of wife, okay? I ain't that type of wife. I ain't about to be just crying. I'm gonna be up there. It's gonna be some furniture moving, some tables flipping, and some chairs thrown. It is going to be it's gonna be a time up there.
And we don't condone violence, but I'm gonna have to agree with Miss Morningstar on that. You touch one of mine, I'm gonna have to reach out and touch you.
I'm out of time. I'm sorry. The way that man was just treated.
No, ma'am.
DC, what say you, DC?
Yeah, I mean, as a person that had a loved one being cared for, around the clock. I mean, when you do that, you're putting your trust, your everything into someone to take care of your loved one.
Yeah.
And when you find out that they've, desecrated that trust and abused your loved one, then to me, I mean, it's nothing that's not on the table as punishment for that. It's just like you see these stories all the time, and it's just like, why even get into the healthcare field? How did you even get into the healthcare
Why
field?
would you even get into the healthcare field?
Exactly.
This is your mentality.
Yeah, it's a depravity in somebody's mind to take advantage and physically harm someone that are unable to communicate or defend themselves. That's terrible.
Like, that's kind of sick. It's like, is that what you got into the field to do? To be a bully? To bully people who are less, fortunate and don't have the functions that you have, and you bullied on them?
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
There's a special place. There's a special place for
I'd see you, Matthew.
So check this out. What if people knew about a certain individual before they hired them? This story, you're going to say that's crazy.
Tonight, we are taking a deeper dive into a local school district's volunteer policies after a wrestling coach was arrested. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Jake Stofan. Ben Becker has the night off. We're learning that volunteer wrestling coach has a history with minors. Action News Jack's Madison Foglio is live. In Madison, the school district says Michael DeToro was a level 1 volunteer.
Yeah, Jake, Tanika, what that basically means is
they have level 1 volunteers. It is a category for certain people. You're going to hear the explanation what a level 1, you have a level 1 volunteer category. You're going to hear what a level 1 volunteer is. And you're going to say, repeat that.
Basically means is that if you're a level 1 volunteer, you have to be under supervision by a school employee.
You're volunteering
at a school?
At a school?
You need supervision to volunteer.
Why are you even allowed to volunteer if you can't be around children by yourself? Is that what we're doing, America? Where's this at, in Florida? It sounds like a Florida state.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know it, Florida.
Be under supervision by a school employee that's certified with the district at all times. And it's also unclear if DeToro ever had to undergo a background check with the district.
Right.
But what I did was I looked at the school policies for volunteers at Duval County Schools and St. Johns County Schools just to compare that with Clay, and I found some pretty stark differences. Former volunteer wrestling coach Michael DeToro was arrested by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office in April during a sting operation for allegedly soliciting a teenager for sex. Action News Jax uncovered that his history with minors stretches back nearly 20 years. At the time DeToro was arrested, he was serving as a volunteer wrestling coach at Wilkinson Junior High and an after-school program hosted at Ridgeview High School in Clay County. The Clay County School District sent us a statement saying in part, quote, "Our records show Mr. DeToro was registered strictly as a level 1 volunteer. By district policy, level 1 status mandates that an individual is never permitted to be alone with students and must always remain under the direct, constant supervision of a certified employee." Clay County Schools Volunteer Handbook also notes that level 1 volunteers must obtain clearance through the Raptor system each time they enter campus or volunteer. St. Johns County School District requires all volunteer coaches to undergo a level 2 background check. which under Florida law requires fingerprinting that is processed by the FBI and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Duval County Public Schools doesn't have volunteer coaches. All of their district employees have to undergo a level 2 background check as well. I reached out to Clay County Schools and asked if they are changing their policies going forward. They replied in part, quote, "We are currently conducting our annual review of our volunteer policies and practices for the upcoming school year."
How?
And I also reached out to Iron Forge Wrestling Academy, which is that after-school program that DeToro was also a volunteer coach for, and I asked them if they did any background checks on both their employees and their volunteers. I'm still waiting to hear back on that, but right now DeToro is currently in the Duval County Jail.
He needs to stay there too. He needs to stay in Duval and then move him over to the whatever the next county is next door. You mean to tell me he was teaching kids how to wrestle? Please tell me that y'all are lying.
Y'all, if y'all can see that, this is just nasty. And if you could see just the nastiness of him, he just looked like the usual suspect.
Why are our children always under attack?
Why? That's a good question, Kitty. Why? Because I feel like they can't stand these kids. But they want them to have them. But it's like, they want them to have them so they can be with them. I don't know. This is weird energy right here. There's no way this man should have been around children on a school campus at all.
Can't be around kids. He needs somebody to monitor him, but he is volunteering to wrestle. Y'all do know that when you volunteer to wrestle, you actually have to use a child and demonstrate. Look, the man. Go ahead.
Do y'all think that the kids? Do y'all think? Let me ask all y'all this. Do y'all think the parents was properly notified?
Absolutely not. This is Florida. This is Florida.
You have to be supervised to volunteer.
Yeah, these predators. I mean, they find ways to have access to kids. You know, I mean that's their deal, right? How can I get untethered access to kids?
Let me show you this move. Let me show you this move real quick, right? Let me grab you, right? If you've been grabbed.
Yes. No.
Pineapples.
Yes.
Pineapple. Safe word.
That's the safe word. No. That means stop talking, bite, because no. No. Mm-mm.
You have to be supervised to volunteer. That's where the flags start going up.
Florida, come to the front. Why? What's wrong with y'all, Florida? Y'all just let anybody touch y'all children?
Georgia,
Texas,
South
America,
the South. Y'all know
this is South America.
I read something the other day, and I'm surprised you might have it, Ali. A man was enraged in Georgia. He got so mad that he unalived his daughter, his 37-year-old daughter, and his wife, because they told him, "You ain't taking care of your mama properly."
Yeah. So he went and took them out.
He took his child. He been married to that woman 38 years. And then he gonna cry about it later and say, "I did love her."
Right.
What in the sick world are we in?
I mean, Ms. Morningstar, you hitting the nail on the head. It kind of correlates to the story earlier, right? People don't recognize when they need help.
Mm-hmm.
They're embarrassed to go get help. You know, they're untethered emotions. They don't know how to. Don't know.
If you get help, you may not have a job.
You're right. You're right.
Sorry to cut you, but I'm just.
No, you're right. Bring me back to reality. You know, you would think that wouldn't be the consequence for seeking help, but yeah, we just proved that wrong.
I'm stuck right about now. I don't know.
And if y'all see the mug shot, it's the typical look.
It is.
The ragged beard.
The usual suspect.
Dirty, rugged looking, MAGA.
I really want to know, how are they contributing to society except all the horrible things that they, outside of the horrible things, what are you bringing to society?
Nothing.
Awareness of how horrible people can be, because that's all I'm getting. Um, yeah, yeah. You have another one, but please.
I have lots more, but
we near the end, Vibe.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do one more, and then because I got more, but you know me.
Most decorated, combat tested, and respected members of the U.S. Armed Forces, General Christopher Donahue, is retiring early, forced out by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. At just 56, General Donahue, a former Delta Force commander, had been expected to.
A former
Delta.
I've never met. I did 22 years. I've never met a Delta personnel.
Yeah.
Serve for years to come. Instead, he's now one of more than a dozen senior officers recently shown the door. Face the Nation moderator and chief foreign affairs correspondent Margaret Brennan joins us now with more. Margaret, great to have you here. What's this all about?
Well, Tony, this may be one of the most remarkable purges to date because of how exemplary this particular four-star general's career has been. According to one U.S. official, Hegseth himself told General Donahue he needs to retire by the end of the summer, and Donahue has, we've confirmed, handed in his retirement papers, even though there was this behind-the-scenes effort by some on Capitol Hill for more than a month now to try to salvage his career. The Pentagon explains it as a push to shrink the number of generals and admirals, but multiple sources told CBS this appears to be an effort to squeeze out officers in favor of political loyalists, and that is significant because the military is supposed to be apolitical.
It's very significant. Was there any friction between Hegseth and Donahue?
On the face of it, Donahue would appear to be the kind of warrior leader Hegseth says that he wants, and officials deny to us any personal clash or any conflict. They say the two men only ever met once. In fact, here's a photo of it. He was famously the last U.S. soldier to leave Afghanistan and one of the first to help in Ukraine, but Donahue's support role in that chaotic exit from Afghanistan back in 2021 may have made him a target. Hegseth is conducting his own new review of that withdrawal, and he's expected to take action, perhaps against senior officers who executed that pullout ordered by the last president. It's also happening as the administration reviews the size of America's military footprint in Europe, where Donahue is the top Army commander.
Revenge.
Didn't if I'm not mistaken, didn't Trump, before he got out, told them to leave Afghanistan? That wasn't even Biden. If you're going to report the news, do it right.
He made the agreement. And like I said, people forget this. And Ali, I know you know this. He negotiated not with the government of Afghanistan, but with the Taliban. For the withdrawal.
Well, I tell you,
the doggone Taliban, y'all.
I'm not gonna know.
So it was all a setup. Trump knew that there was no way that Biden could have a successful withdrawal. Remember, the change of power happened in January. The exodus was supposed to happen in May. There's no way in 4 months that you could build a strategic exodus the right way. So the deal was already signed by Trump, but they play that up so much. I'm just so glad that DJ Kitty, you knew the truth.
That bothers me that someone who actually is a broadcaster, a news reporter, instead of her telling the truth, she said the previous president. Baby, say who it is. Trump negotiated with the Taliban, and Biden had to he had to abide by that negotiation.
His hands were tied. His hands were tied.
Irritating.
Y'all just think about how many people don't know and listen to the news and be like, what? And then they start building those preconceptions up.
Well, you know, if you can't do your research, I feel like some people want to stay willfully ignorant. I see you got your press pass. Good job. Good job. DC, check your mailbox. All right. We are at the end.
Hey!
I'm gonna hey. Miss Morningstar, yours is sitting right here. You know, we around the corner.
Yeah, we're around the corner. I come get mine.
Go ahead, sis. You got it.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, listen, it was a great show, Kitty. I'm glad you popped in, put your insight in. Of course, we always need that, and it was a good show. Ali, you did your thing. DC, you came in and did your thing too. Before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and hand over the floor to you two, gentlemen. Tell me what it is you want to say. Go ahead, Ali, to close out the show.
Well, listen, we have to make sure that we register to vote, and we have to vote in November.
Yep.
Yeah.
But make sure you know you vote in also your primary in your state, right? So go to vote.com, vote.org, go to bluevoterguide.org to see all the candidates. Bluevoterguide.org. All right. Also, if you're not following us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, make sure you follow us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need you to pay attention, stay tapped in, and you know it's we have to make a change. There's a lot of people going around saying they're not going to vote or they don't know and all this stuff. If your vote wasn't important, they would not try to stop you, limit you from voting. What have you ever heard Republicans saying your vote don't count?
Nope. They're not targeting Republicans, just Democrats, because they know that with Democrats, it's for the people. With Republicans, it's for their pockets. Plain and simple. Bars. I like that picture. Vi, you need to send it so I can go ahead and put that in my roller, my send that to me for sure. And the other one you put up.
Drop them in Signal.
I got you.
Drop them in Signal. DC, go ahead, brother.
Just real quick, don't be intimidated. We're going to see things at this next election that we haven't seen before. They've allowed people to show up armed at the polling place. Check your registration well ahead of time and keep checking it all the way to election day. Make sure your voting precinct is correct, because a lot of times they'll change your voting precinct. You show up at the wrong place and they'll spin you off. You go through that dance. So do your homework ahead of time so you know exactly what to do. Do not be intimidated. This vote is so important.
My last thing is vote early. Please don't even mail in your vote. If you need someone to help you get to the voting polls, contact your local Democratic office. See if they've got buses set up. Go and vote early. Do not wait until the last day. Vote early. And in every election. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar. Take us home, baby.
Oh my goodness, y'all. What a great show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. As always, it is our pleasure to host you all, and you come in and show your support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We can say it 1,000 times, but we need y'all to come back again tomorrow, because that tomorrow is our mental health day. We need that day. The ladies will be in the building with some great information as always. We always got some nuggets, so make sure you guys come back 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to hear the show. Thank you, TikTok, as always, the support, the taps, the gifts, all of that. We appreciate you all. Come back, Instagram, Facebook, and the Tube. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Be good, be great, and tell a kid that they are special, valued, and loved today. Amen. We love our children.
Amen.
As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.